well, I don't want to really get too much in that process, but my map itself really, really became so piercingly relevant about 6 to 9 months after my actual mind map, when the following year was approaching, and the word seen just became really, really important. One of the tasks that we came up on my map was asking myself the question, do you want to be seen today? And that meant just me facing my map every day for the first 2 weeks right after my session, and dealing with the question of whether or not I wanted to be really, really visible in the world, in my conversations, at work, with my own self, with my writing, with my projects. How much of my actual contribution in thought and creativity do I want to be given notice? Which is just really, really huge, and but wonderfully structured in terms of a simple question that got at some real dense core in me. And by way of that question, just diffuse some of that density and allow me to really look at what I envision for myself in my relationship with people in my life, and in my relationship with the world, and my contribution to the world, and how much do I really want to have that seen in other people's eyes and in other people's hands. So it became to be a simple question that had very, very large implications, obviously. So I really love how the map just sort of rationalized all that for me in a very balanced way. Took all this massive tension in myself and formulated it in terms of a simple question I could look in the mirror and ask once a day for 2 weeks. That transpired into the following year, me just doing my first lead role in a play, and deeply struggling with visibility. The visibility that it's required, of course, to be the leading role, but I think also struggling with the dynamics of just the other roles that were around me, the other actors, and just this ensemble that I was now a part of that was seeing me in action, like being someone else. It's a very interesting dynamic for 5 days a week, stretches and stretches of hours at a time, and me constantly deciding on stage, do I want to be seen now? Okay, well, now who do I want to be seen as? Someone who can really perform this other woman really well. It was just a really layered conversation I was having about being seen that manifested in a very, very tangible way. Right now in my life, I know now that when I am choosing to be visible, I'm making a healthy contribution. I know my value is necessary and impactful, but the next step that is sort of part 2 of this map, I guess, is deciding where I want my home to be with these gifts that I want that are now being seen. What I love and what I've been learning from being a mind map guide is that like third layer of listening that I've got to reach. That's a little bit past even deep listening, which is the layer you get to where you find the central word, like, because you've let all the superficiality and the other layers just sort of be filtered through, and I think it's just a depth that a level of listening that's required that you have to get past yourself. You just have to, and I enjoy that journey because it's a space of deep listening where there is a blank slate, enough for where the other person is at, to really this neutral space where and that's really where the guide has to abide in a serene and calm neutrality. So I think that's what I've learned the most is being able to step back, and I'm always going to go through that filtering / inner conversation of oh, their story. Oh, I connect. Not mine. Not mine. I mean, not about me right now. Moving past that. I think I may always go through those layers, but I know what that real foundation is, where I need to be. I know the feeling of the foundation where I need to stand on as a guide, where I really, really can be of service. I've felt that and sat in that after going through those other layers.